What is bone broth? How is it different from stock? Why is it good for you? Why should you even bother? I will be answering all of those questions, plus sharing a super simple recipe as always with you, coming right up.
An African woman, strong, powerful.
As always, it's a pleasure to have you here. I'm so grateful you're choosing to spend a little bit of your time with me today. Today, I want to talk about bone broth. And I'm trying to share about bone broth because it is so good for you. I want you to understand the amazing health benefits of bone broth so that you can include this in your cooking. Not only does it make your food taste extra good, it makes it also very nutritious without adding much calories, as I would always say. As the name suggests, bone broth is just a broth made out of bones of, it could be cattle, it could be like fish, it could be chicken. So it's the bones of any one of these animals that you cook slowly, and the key word here is cooked slowly because it's during the long cooking process that all the minerals get extracted from the bones to make the broth, right? So you cook the bones slowly over a long period of time, and you can choose to cook it with whatever herbs and seasonings of your choice. Bone broth has a lot of minerals. I think I already mentioned it. Extracts all that minerals from the bones of the animal. It is also the thing with bone broth. The selling point with bone broth is the collagen. Collagen is what makes bone broth so good for you. Collagen is found in the connective tissue of animals. There are 3 different types of collagen: type 1, type 2, and type 3. And depending on the source, whether you get it from cattle, your collagen from cattle, which is cow, chicken, or fish, there are different types. Cow bones provide type 1 and type 3 collagen, and these types of collagen are the type that is good for strengthening your nails if you have brittle nails, and for strengthening your hair. And then the collagen from chicken is type 2, which is good for your gut health, the health of your digestive tract, and also for your joints. And then the collagen from fish helps us human beings because we produce collagen as well, but it helps us produce more of our own collagen. Bone broth, again, you're using the bones and then you cook it over a long period of time to extract the minerals and the collagen from the bones, right? That is bone broth. Stock, on the other hand, is say you boil chicken, and what you get from there is the stock. Usually you don't cook the chicken for a very long time. So that is stock, as opposed to broth, which you're using the bones and you're cooking for a long time. And then stock is just you boil plus the muscle, the flesh of the animal. And then whatever that you get in the liquid that you use to boil it with, that is stock. So there's a difference between stock and broth. It's quite easy to make bone broth at home. Very easy. Of course, they sell these in the stores, but store-bought things, you can never tell what they put in there. So when you make yours at home, it's cheaper. You're preventing wastage. Plus, you know exactly what is in there and you can control the quality. So for the bone broth, today I'm using chicken bones. As you can see, I have some of the interesting parts. These are a bunch of chicken feet. I have chicken heads. You know, those extra parts that nobody really wants to eat. Every time I cook something that uses a whole chicken, I just gather up these parts and I save them in the freezer, and when I've had enough, I then use it to make my bone broth. So yes, you need bones. I'm using chicken in this case, but you can absolutely use bones from any animal you wish: chicken, fish, cow, whatever bones that you have. I'm making chicken bone broth. And then, like I said, you need some ingredients, some of the spices, I usually use an onion, I use garlic in mine, and you would not be surprised, I throw in turmeric in there for its antioxidant properties. And then, of course, celery and black peppercorns and some salt. I'm using my Instant Pot to cook the bone broth. Again, that's because the Instant Pot functions as a slow cooker and it functions as a regular pressure cooker. But if you don't have an Instant Pot, not a problem. You can cook this on the stove top. You only have to cook it for a long period of time and watch it. So you have to make sure you're home that day, maybe just doing some cleaning, whatever, because it cooks for a very, very long time. Or you can cook this in a slow cooker as well, like a crock pot. That way you can set it and forget it. But I'll put the bone broth. What am I talking about? Just throw in the bones and then throw in the ingredients. You really don't have to do anything, really. Just throw everything in there. The peppercorns. And then I'll put salt. I wash this. If you notice, I touched the chicken with it, so I washed it to prevent contamination. So I put about a tablespoon of salt. And then the garlic, again, you really don't have to do anything with this because we're going to filter all of this, sort all of this out. So I just threw in a head of garlic. And then I threw in my turmeric and the onions. You just might want to cut this in half. So just throw in the onions in there. And then you add water. All right. So when you add the water, you want it to just cover the chicken. So you just add enough water to cover the chicken because we want that gelatin to form. You don't want to put too much water in there. Okay. So we're ready to cook this. So there you go. That's your pot ready to go. And in the Instant Pot, I just put this, I set it on manual, and I set the timing for about 100 minutes, which I just do 99. That's how long I cook it in this Instant Pot for. And that's it. When the bone broth is done, you grab a fine strainer like this one, and then you just sieve it. You let the bone broth cool off, and when it does, so any fat that was in there is gonna rise up to the top. You can set this in the fridge to solidify, and then you just scoop out that fat because the fat will now be on top, and you'll be left with the beautiful, nutritious bone broth. So what you can do is, what I do is just put these in containers, and then if I'm going to consume all of that within a week, I don't bother putting it in the freezer. But if I'm not gonna finish it within a week, then I put it in the freezer and then just get it from there to use it in my recipes. It is very, very healing. You can just sip on the bone broth. You can also use it to make soups, which I do that a lot. I use it to make my vegetable soup, and if you have not checked that out yet, it is linked up. I'll try to put it up here, but if I can't put it in the YouTube card, check it in the description box. I would share links to that vegetable soup recipe. I thank you for watching. I hope you'll try making bone broth. If you like this video, be sure to leave me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, Make it a healthy and fit day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.